Hey, Teddywinkle, guess what?
What's that, Pim Pim?
I'm going to Sydney.
Yeah, so am I.
No, you're not. Just me, because the Sydney Comedy Festival said, hey, Pim Pim, you are the best, and we want you to come.
No, they said that they want the Silly Story Spectacular to come.
What? I thought it was just me.
No, it's all of us, and tickets are on sale now.
Oh dear, I better go buy some for my mummy. She needs to come see me do my performing.
Oh yeah, I might get some for my friends as well. All right, I'm going to go.
Yeah, me too. Okay, I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.
One day, a little boy named James was sitting at home. Now, he was doing some drawing. He really liked to draw. He'd been drawing all kinds of things for the afternoon. But as he was drawing, all of a sudden, he felt like he was being watched. He started to look around to try and work out what was going on, and when he looked around behind him, in the window was 2 chimpanzees. "Ah!" said James.
You're really good at that drawing,
said one of the chimpanzees.
Yeah, really good. Hey, you should try our very special texture.
What? said James. As he went over to the window, the chimpanzees passed through a texter. He looked at it. What colour is it? said James. He couldn't tell because it seemed kind of almost see-through but sparkly on the inside at the same time.
Just try and see,
said one of the chimpanzees. Okay, said James. So he took the texter back over to his piece of paper and he started to draw. But for some reason, he couldn't see anything that he was drawing. I don't think it's working, Mr. Chimpanzee.
Oh, don't call me Mr. Chimpanzee. That's my dad's name. Yeah, we're the Chimp Brothers. Yeah,
said the Chimp Brothers. Well, hi, Chimp Brothers. Your texter doesn't seem to work.
Yes, it does.
No, it doesn't. I've been drawing on the paper and nothing's showing up.
That's because our text is not made for paper.
What? said James. What's it made for then? Do I need a canvas?
No, not a canvas.
Well, what's it for?
It's for drawing on things.
Said James. I don't think you're meant to draw on things.
Well, that's what this text is for. Ha! I'll show you.
One of the Chimp Brothers climbed in through the window into the room where James was drawing.
All right, pass me the texter.
Okay, said James. So the chimp took the texter off him and looked at James's bed.
That's a pretty cool bed, but I feel like it would be better as a race car.
What? said James. The chimpanzee took the texter and he drew wheels on the side of James's bed.
All right, I think it's ready. Hang on, it needs a steering wheel too.
So he drew a steering wheel on the front of the bed.
All right, jump in.
What? said James. What is going on?
I'm coming,
said the other chimpanzee, climbing through the window. He jumped onto James's bed, and there were 2 chimpanzees sitting there.
Come on, James, let's go.
Go, said James. What do you mean, go?
Jump in,
they said. So James jumped into his bed as well. This is very strange, said James. Then the chimpanzee pressed a button that he had drawn on the side of James's car. Why's my bed making noise?
Because we turned it into a car with the texter. Yeah, let's go.
They started to drive.
Oh, hang on, I got this, bro.
One of the chimpanzees jumped out of the car, grabbed the texter, and he drew a door in the side of James's wall. Don't draw on the walls, I'll get in trouble, said James.
It's okay, we need a hole in the wall.
A hole, said James. With that, the door opened, and there was a big enough gap for the car to drive out. What is going on, said James.
I told you our texter still worked.
Okay, said James. Hey, Mummy Moo, I think I'm going for a drive with some chimpanzees, he called out. His mum stuck her head in the room. Okay, James, have fun, she said.
See ya! Meow.
The car drove straight out the door in the side of James's room. How did you do that, said James.
I told you, it's a special texter. You can draw all kinds of things to make extra things add on to other things.
That sounds a little bit confusing, said James.
Well, I think we better make this car a bit faster. Hang on, I'm going to draw some racing stripes.
What's that going to do?
Oh, racing stripes always make cars go faster.
He drew 2 lines down the middle of James's bed, and all of a sudden, the car became a lot faster. This is so much fun, said James. Can I have a turn at driving?
Yeah, but why don't you also have a turn at drawing?
Oh, yes, said James.
Come on, let's make you a car. Have a look, see if there's anything you could see you think you could turn into a car.
James looked as they were driving along, and then he saw it.
That one, right there, stop!
The chimp stopped the car.
Haha, are you looking at that?
I am, said James. Out the front of one of the houses was a rubbish bin. Can I have the texter, please? Said James.
Sure.
Said one of the chimp brothers and threw it to him. He caught it and raced over to the rubbish bin. First of all, he drew some wheels on the other side. Then he added some controls on the front. And then he drew something very big at the back.
What's that?
Said one of the chimp brothers. You'll see, said James. He climbed into the seat that he'd drawn on the rubbish bin, and then he pressed a button.
Whoa,
said the chimp brothers.
is that car rocket powered?
It is, said James.
Let's go,
said the chimp brothers. So the chimp stayed in James's bed and started to drive along the road, and James started to drive his new rocket-powered rubbish bin.
Meow, meow.
As they raced off down the road, they were having so much fun. What else could we do with this texter, said James. There's so many things.
Throw it to me,
Yelled one of the chimp brothers from the other car. So James threw the texter across to them, and then they sped in front of James, and then he started dragging the texter on the ground behind them. What's he doing, said James. Before he realised, James noticed that there was now a jump right in front of his rocket car. What are you doing, said James. The chimp quickly flicked the texter over his head back to James. James caught it as his car lifted into the air.
Draw some wings,
Yelled one of the chimp brothers. So James quickly drew wings on the side of his rubbish bin and... I'm flying, said James.
Hooray,
Yelled the chimp brothers.
Drop us a texter, we'll come join ya.
Okay, said James. So he carefully flew his car over the top of the bed that the chimp brothers were driving, and he dropped the texter down to them. One of the chimp brothers caught it and began to draw. What's he drawing, thought James. As he watched, all of a sudden, there was a giant set of propellers coming out the top of the bed.
I've turned it into a bedicopter. Ha ha, good one, bro.
The chimp brothers took control, and the bed started to lift in the air like some kind of strange-looking helicopter. As they were flying around through the sky together, they were having a wonderful time.
Hey, what's that over there?
Said one of the chimp brothers. They looked, and off in the distance, they could see sirens and all kinds of things going on. Let's go see, said James.
Come on, this way.
The chimp brothers and James flew their flying objects across the sky over towards where all the sirens were. When they arrived, they noticed there was a whole bunch of people standing and looking up at one of the buildings. What's going on? Called James from his flying rubbish bin. Said one of the people. What are you driving? Oh, never mind, said James. What's happening here? Oh, well, that building, see, there's someone stuck up there. They were inside that room, but then all of a sudden the door's locked and nobody could get in from the inside, and now they can't get out. Oh, said James. I wonder. Do you think we could help?
Yeah, said the chimp brothers. Let's do it.
So they flew up to the window where the person was stuck inside. Help! Help! They were calling. Don't worry, said James. We'll get you out of there in no time.
What are you going to draw, James?
Hang on. I think I need to do something else first. He grabbed the texter off one of the chimp brothers and he started drawing on his own back.
What are you drawing?
They realised what James had drawn when he lifted up out of the rubbish bin with a rocket pack on his back.
You've created a jetpack.
Yeah, and it's going to help me float so that I can do better drawing.
Good idea.
James then started to draw something from the side of the building all the way down. He drew and he drew and he added all kinds of fun little details until...
Is that a slide?
Said one of the chimp brothers. Yeah, it's a wiggly swirly slide, said James. They looked. It looked like so much fun. Then James drew a ladder down from the side as well. Then he went to the window where the person was stuck and he drew a big circle. The circle opened up into a door. All right, said James. Do you want to be the first to try the slide? You've saved me, said the person inside. Yeah, and now you get to try the slide. Come on. All right. The person jumped into the slide. Whee! Wow! It was so much fun.
I want to turn to that,
said one of the chimp brothers. They quickly parked the bed down at the bottom and started to climb up the ladder. And they went down the slide as well.
Yahoo! Yay! Yow! Wow! This is amazing!
Yeah, said James. My turn next. He turned off his jetpack and jumped in the slide. Hey! Yow! All the people watching thought it looked like so much fun, they should join in as well. And there they were. James, the chimpanzees, and all the people climbing up the ladder, going down the wiggly slide right to the bottom and then going up once more. They had so much fun.
Hey, James, I think we've had a lot of fun. We better get you back to your place. Yeah, and we need a quick way to get there. Hang on, I've got an idea. Hold still.
One of the chimpanzees grabbed the texter and started drawing very, very quickly. "What is that?" said James.
I've made a people cannon.
"A people cannon," said James. "How does it work?"
Well, I don't really know. I just drew it, so let's try.
I'm not sure that I want to try.
Yeah, you do. It'll be fun.
One of the chimp brothers picked up James and popped him inside the cannon.
All right, James. Hang on. We better draw a helmet on him first. Yeah, good idea.
They drew a helmet on James's head. Then they aimed the cannon.
I'm pretty sure his house is this way.
What? You're pretty sure?
Oh, actually, make it very pretty sure.
That's not a good ratio.
Don't worry. It is this way. Hang on.
He twisted the cannon a tiny bit more.
Ready, aim. Oh, see you later, James.
Bye, he said.
Fire!
The cannon blasted him into the air. He went sailing through the sky. "This isn't the direction of my house," he called. "Oh, hang on, I've still got my jetpack." So he turned his jetpack on and he waved to the chimpanzees as he blasted all the way back home. As he flew down and landed in his front yard, his mum was there waiting. James," she said, "how did you fly in and where did you get that jetpack from?" "Well," said James, "I don't think you'd believe me, even if I told you." And that is the end of the story.
This episode is brought to you by Chimp Brother Hey bro, where did we get this texter? Oh, I can't remember. Well, how are we going to sell them if we can't remember where we got them? Oh, I don't know. Maybe we'll draw some more of them? Yeah, good idea. All right, we'll draw some more and we'll get back to you. But in the meantime, we hope you're enjoying Silly Stories for Kids. This has been us, the Chimp Brothers. Yeah.
And me, Sam. We'll see you soon. Silly Stories for Kids is only possible thanks to the support of our listeners. If you want to help us make more stories, music, books, live shows, and so much more, head over to sillystoriesforkids.com and join the family.